afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. This is your captain speaking. We will be landing in the airport in just a few minutes.
All right, how you doing, everyone? Welcome back. Today's video is going to be a little different. I want to show you something that truly stunned me and just made a world of difference in my sim. We're always spending all kinds of money chasing, all these add-ons and stuff to make our sim more realistic, to up our immersion game, all of that. But there's something that we haven't looked at, and I want to show it to you guys. It's an add-on. It's been around a long time, longer than Flight Sim. Microsoft has been back in the Flight Sim game, and this tool is called Reshade. And I want to give you a look here and let you see exactly what it does to your simulator. So this is in the cockpit. Let's jump out. We're outside. All right. Can't tell. I forgot if I had it. Okay, bring my stuff over. There we go. Seen a little flicker there. But if you look at the sim right now as we got it here, this is the default. This is what Microsoft Flight Sim looks like out of the box. Let me get my drone cam going here. Give you an aerial view. Just so we take a look. This is the default Microsoft Flight Simulator. Now we're going to use a tool here to totally transform this simulator into something that looks truly amazing. Now I want you to focus on like the concrete, and if you look around, everything's got like this jaundiced yellowy, I don't know what you it's like an overall filter, like you're looking through a camera lens and someone's put a sheet of film over the front, an amber or something like that. You can see this is with Reshade turned off. This is the natural sim. Now with a push of a button, I'm going to turn on Reshade and watch what happens to the sim. This is shader off, and that's the shader on. Did you see that? We'll do it again. Shader on, and that's the shader off. You see, as soon as I turn it off, everything gets that yellow tinge, and it's to everything. It's an even tinge across everything. That's the shader off, shader on. As soon as I turn it on, the asphalt starts to look black again. The concrete looks on the ramp looks like gray, like concrete should look. We'll go up here and take a look. Check out this that on-ramp area right in front of us there. That's with the reshade on. That's with the reshade off. You can see it's a huge difference. It just gives it that dirt. The natural sim look just gives it like a dirty, murky, almost blurry, and it just crisps up and sharpens up when you turn the reshade off. If you look, or turn the reshade on, like you look at the top of the terminal buildings, that's on, off, on, off. Yeah. It's huge. And the biggest part about it is that Reshade is a free tool. We spend like hundreds of dollars, on our flight sims and stuff. And this is a tool, and it's free. And this is what it does to our sim. That's with it turned on. And you can see as soon as I turn it on, it just cleans up the whole picture. There's not much clouds in the sky. You really notice it when you see a lot of clouds. Yeah, I don't see much clouds in the sky. But you can really see it in the clouds. When you got a lot of clouds, it really takes away that jaundiced look and really puts a lot of contrast between your darks and your lights. Let's jump in the cockpit. I'll show you what it does in the cockpit. Okay, here we are in the cockpit. That's the natural sim right there. That's what Microsoft Flight Simulator 2024 looks like. And turn Reshade on, and that's what it looks like once you turn the Reshade. Just more contrast, more thing. Now the Reshade itself could be a little complicated to try and figure it out. I could muck with the thing for like and forever and a day, and I'll never be able to find the setting that I want. But the greatest thing about this tool is there's profiles online. I tried a couple. I saw another one that I liked, but it gave me this weird anti-aliasing going on that I didn't usually have. So, but this is the profile that whoever made this profile just hit it on the nail. Yeah, so there it is on, and there it is off. That's what it looks like on. That's what it looks like on. And that's what the natural sim looks like. Let me go up here and just change the time of day for you. Give you a look at what the effects are like at nighttime. Okay, I don't have any lights on here. Let's turn that up. Yeah, just adjusting some of the lighting here now that we're in night lighting, sorry. But yeah, there you go. This is nighttime. That's with it turned on, and that's with it turned off. That's with the Reshade turned on. That's with the Reshade turned off. Okay, let's go jump outside. That's the natural sim, what the natural sim looks like at night. And that's with the shader turned on. You see how the ramp turned gray. The contrasts are just much better. Get rid of that haze, that jaundiced looking haze. That's the only thing I can think of calling it. But that's with the filter on, off. You can look at the skyline, off, on. Just looks better, much better. Let's go up and take a higher look. That's what it looks like with the filter on, and that's what it looks like with the filter off. The concrete, everything turns yellow, like you're using a bunch of incandescent bulbs everywhere or something. Turn the filter back on, and it looks much more realistic. The concrete looks like concrete. The asphalt on the taxiways is like literally black. It doesn't change your taxi lights and stuff much, but it gives you, it lets you see them much better once you get rid of that foggy haze. That's with the filter on. That's with the filter off. Filter on. Filter off. Like you can see the sky, you can see the contrast show up so much better at night. Filter back on. So yeah, you can see it for yourself. It doesn't take rocket science, and it just makes the sim look so much more realistic. Yeah, let me try to bring up some clouds and see if we can change some of that for you. Let's bring up our weather. Let's bring it back to daytime. Back to live. Weather. Let's go custom weather. Let's close this. Let's see. Let's change our weather here. Where's my... Oh, here it is. I usually use real weather. I'm not changing it all the time. Let's change it to broken. Yeah. Let's try scattered. Okay, here's scattered clouds. Let's go back into our drone cam here. You know, there's some scattered clouds. That's with the filter on. That's Reshade on. You can tell instantly when it's on or when it's off because there's just none of that yellowing on the grass or on the taxiways in the sky. So let's go back to the natural sim. And that's the natural sim. You can see right away everything lightens up. The clouds get a little pinky and a little less contrast where you see the grays and stuff like that. Turn the filter back on, off, on, off. You know, let's have a look at different time of day, like sunset. And this is the sim at sunset. That's with the filter on. Oh, that's with the filter on. And look at the contrast. The ground looks better. It doesn't look over, you know, turn the filter off. Yeah, you can see the pink. Look at the clouds. Filter off, on, off, on. It just makes everything look so much different. So, yeah. I don't know why anybody wouldn't want to use this. Like, just look at that. That's with the filter on, off, on. Yeah, you just see shadows. The darks look dark. Everything looks crisp. Takes away that blurriness. But, yeah. So there's a quick look at just what it looks. Look at you know, when you look off, can't move the mouse but when you look off into the distance, there's a bit of haze going on with the real weather. But when you take away that yellowy, orangey, jaundice looking film and you look off, everything in the distance just looks more crisp and sharp, and it just like cleans up the whole sim. So that is what it does to your sim. So now let me show you what this is all about. Bring up my browser here. Here you go, some of my things. But this is Reshade here. This is the site. I'll leave a link for this down in the description below. But you can come to this site. It's Reshade. This has been out forever. And it's been made compatible with both 2020, Microsoft 2020, and 2024. There's links on or full instructions on how to install this. This is just an installer. You run the installer. It's going to ask you to point to your root flight sim folder. For me, let me bring that up. Hang on, just be patient with me for 2 seconds. I'll bring that over. Kind of give you what's going on here. How come I can't move that? There we go. Move that over for you. For me, most people, they're going to have it in their C. For me, it's in D. I go to my D. I have a folder here that's Microsoft Flight Simulator 2024. You go in there. There's another folder. Go in there. And there's going to be my content folder right there. That's the folder you're looking for, your content folder. You're going to open that. And the route that it's going to look for is my launcher. right here. Now you can see there's the Flight Simulator EXE, and then there's the game launcher EXE. What I did when it runs you through and it asks you to look for the thing, just point it to this EXE right here, your game launcher. Hit that. Go through. You don't need all the add-ons. Just go through and next, and it'll install it. And yeah, it'll be in here somewhere. Wow, where is it? Right here, Reshade shaders. And then you come in here. There's your shaders, right? And there's all your different shaders. It'll put this folder in here and the different textures. And that's it for the Reshade. It's an easy tool to install. I'm going to bring it up for you in a second here and show you something else with it. I'll bring up the menu and show you about that. But this is the Reshade itself. Now, like I said, it could be, you could be playing with this thing for weeks and still not find the exact setting that you're looking for or whatever. But luckily, if we go over here to flightsim.to, there's profiles. There's lots of them on here. You can go through. I've tried a couple. Like I said, I tried that other one that left it little, and some make it look this and some make it look that. But this is the best one that's out there. Whoever did this one, it's a 5-star. There's a few other reviewers that have used it. Everybody recommends this one, and I can see why. This is the Sealed Sky Reshade profile, and it's the profile that I just showed you. So if you liked what you saw in my sim, this is the profile. So you just come over to flightsim.to. I'll leave a link for this profile down in the description. So both the tool and the profile will be down in the description. You just got to go and install them both, and you're off and running. As you can see, I already downloaded it. It gave you a little file. I just put it in that Reshade folder. Right here, see where it says there's another folder down here that says Sealed Sky Presets. If you open that one up, go to the presets, you'll see here's the Sealed Sky Any one that I'm using. That's the other one that I tried, but I just didn't like it. It gave me this weird anti-aliasing effect that I didn't normally have in the sim with the settings I run. So I just went back to this Sealed Sky, and yeah. So this folder, this Sealed Sky folder, once you download it, it'll put this folder into your thing. Just bring it over and put it into your contents. This is our content where the game launch was, right there where the EXE was. Just brought it in here and dropped it in this folder, the Resky folder. And then that's it. We'll close that off, and then that's it. And then you go through a setup. Now to turn it on and off, I use the page up button. Let me bring up the main menu for you. There it is. This is the Resky. You come up here, once you got that folder, and you can see I put that other profile in with that the Sealed Sky profile together, both of them in that Sealed Sky folder. So you can just come to the one place and look. And see, there's that one, that other one I didn't like. I could pick that one, or you just select your Sealed Sky, and then you hit select. And that's it. This is it. I didn't touch anything else. All I did was just activate the Sealed Sky. And this, to open this, is your home key. you hit your home key. This is already set up, pre-programmed. You'll see when you go through to set it up. For me, I just use page up to turn it on and on. You'll see a setting to activate and deactivate the reshade, and that's it. And to shut that off, you just hit your home key again, and it turns that off. Yeah, once you downloaded the profiles, give you a look at what it's like with FPS too. So there we go. That's with it turned on. So let's let the FPS settle. We'll see what it does. So we're around that 120 mark, 119, 120 there. It's bouncing around 120 there. Let's turn it off. That's with it off. So it looks like, it took about, 15 FPS with that reshader on. But those are all, that's how my sim's running right now. Let's turn the shader back on. So yeah, we're in about the 120s here. And then when we turn it off, yeah, so about 10 to 15 FPS I see change there. There's a few things you can go and tweak it to make it less FPS intensive for you. There's a few other videos. You can totally play with this thing and adapt it to any way you like. But you can definitely make it so it uses less FPS. There's lots of different profiles out there. There's a few other tutorial videos out there you can check out. But for me, just using the sealed sky the way it is without mucking with it, I was able to afford the FPSs, and that's it. And just to give you a look at what my system is set at, and this is how my system is tweaked in. This, I'm always back and forth. I usually run this on 3 times. As you can see, it runs fine for me on 2 times, but I run it on 3 times. But in Sim Update 3, every time you close down the sim, it puts your frame rate multiplier back to 2 times. It doesn't keep the setting you had, so I'm always forgetting to go back and change this to 3 times. But I usually have this on 3 times. But yeah, this is my settings. This is how I run my sim, and it runs. This is butter for me. This is the sweet spot for me. Yeah, I don't use DLSS or any of that, but this is, we'll go down, and as you can see, all my global settings, everything is pretty much ultra. So yeah, it's ultra realistic as I can get the sim to be. A lot of this air traffic, park traffic stuff is either off or on low because I just don't use the sim traffic and all that stuff. I use Beyond ATC for my traffic injection, so all this stuff here is low or off. And the fauna, I turn that off and on. If I'm flying GA, I turn it on. I usually put that on ultra or on high when I'm on GA flying, and I just turn it off when I'm in the airliners. So yeah, that's it. That's my sitting. That's how I run my sim, and that's what you're seeing here. Right? These are the frame rates I'm getting, and this is what my sim's looking like. Again, reshader on, reshader off. See how it just cleans it up once you turn it on instantly. Night and day difference. Yeah, on. It just looks realistic there, and it just looks cartoony. Once you go back, this looks a little cartoony, but once you turn it on, that looks, you can see the dirt and the marks on the ground. Texture's much better. Yeah, much different. So yeah, I just want to do a quick video give you all a look of what the sim looks like with the shader, right? And now I don't even have to say it. You can tell when I turn the shader off and when I turn it on. Now I'm pretty sure you've seen enough of it to have seen it. But there you go. Okay, folks, I've been yapping and yapping. Didn't want to make this too long, but just wanted to give you a quick look at this and say, if you truly want to make your sim look truly amazing, then you need to take a look at this tool, the Reshade tool that's been longer than Microsoft Flight Simulator 2020 has been around. So that's it. Let's leave it there. And as always, stay safe, my friends. And until next time, remember to keep the blue side up. Later.